Listen, when you hear the Nissan X-Trail e-Power, it's like no other. I said that right?
Yes, you said that.
Yeah, what comes to mind when we hear the word E, particularly E as in e-Power here, is electric drive and power. It stands for the power and excitement of driving this Nissan X-Trail. So, coming here this morning, he's here, the vehicle is here. Tell us about this unique technology, Mr. Troy Fallon, the sales director of Nissan.
Okay, good morning.
Fidelity Motors, but I said Nissan because he's going to be telling us all about this Nissan X-Trail this morning. Fidelity Motors, welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Troy.
All right, so the Nissan 2024 Nissan X-Trail e-Power, it represents our hybrid technology, our Nissan spin, our innovation in the hybrid space. So the car is called the e-Power, meaning that it's powered by electric motors. Actually, there's one in the front and one in the back. However, it does use a battery like every other electric car uses, but you need to be able to recharge that battery once it's an electric powered car. Traditional cars, you plug them in that are electric to recharge the battery. This car has an engine mounted that will actually recharge the battery for you while you're driving the car. Automatically.
Whoa. So how often would I need to charge up to go?
All right, so the car will dictate by itself how often that battery needs to be recharged. What you do is go to the gas station like you normally would, fill this car up. It has a 55-liter tank, and it gives you over 900 kilometers of range with driving a car that's fully electric powered, silent when you operate it, but it does have an engine that does the job of refilling that battery for you while you're driving.
So someone watching right now is saying, I'm in the market for an SUV. Why should I think about the X-Trail e-Power SUV? What sets it apart from the other SUVs in the market?
So in the hybrid space, there are a couple of competitors in the hybrid space, right? So the concept was usually that down low when you're moving off, you're on electric power. As you get into the higher speeds, you move to a normal engine to drive the car and a transmission. This car does not have the engine drive the car at all, and it does not have a transmission. So at the very least, you have one less thing to service on this car, right? And because you have electric and engine working together, that engine is working at least, rule of thumb, 50% of the time and not 100% of the time what you would with a regular vehicle. So you start it in the morning, it's silent, you don't even know that it really is on.
It's quiet.
Right? And you'll hear, you know, the gravel crunching when you're driving out of your driveway for you to know that, okay, it's actually moving and it's actually powered. The great thing about it is that the whole silent effect makes you enjoy your sound system more. It actually gives you a bubble that is created that's outside of Jamaica, really, with the windows up. You can maintain the same decibel conversation with the person beside you, even though you may be doing 110 on the north-south, or 110 on the east-west,
on the east, yes,
and 80 on the north-south, right? But the feeling is different. The electric power is energy right away. It's less linear than it is for an engine-powered car. So the power is instant. You get into your power stride, drive the car, you really have to look down to see what speed you're doing.
Let me ask you a question. I don't think they have ever asked you this question. Have you ever driven an X-Trail?
Yes, I have.
What does it feel like when you drive X-Trail?
All right, so I had a good little country road run with it. I mean, I know a lot of people like to talk about driving this car on a highway, but a country road run was great because it highlighted all the great features of the car. So I drove between Brownstown and Spalding with this car. So you have Cave Valley, you have Alexandria, you have Abuka, all those places driving with this car.
Great.
And right? Now, you know how it is in that zone if you've been through there. There are lots of trucks that slow you down. You know, you might want to go a little quicker than the trucks. So the first thing is I'm able to overtake because I have all the power. I have two electric motors working so I can get past. But then there's a corner coming up. I have good braking. So with this,
cornering?
Yes, and cornering. So the car has an e-pedal feature where you can drive the car with just your right foot. So you're just driving with the accelerator alone. As you ease up off the accelerator, you get a braking effect with the car.
Oh,
Right?
that's unique.
And then because you have the E-Force, which is what is also, the car also features, we call it all-wheel drive technology, E-Force. It has Formula E technology for like Nissan, Formula E cars. So what happens is the wheels are under control, stopping slip, causing the car to corner perfectly. It's also stopping the car from railing up to move off and tipping forward to brake. So the net effect was that I was more stationary in the car and very, very relaxed when I got out of the car because I was not compensating for additional movements that I would with a traditional car.
So here's an exam question for you. Summarize for me, please. Featuring me, right? What makes this vehicle different?
All right, so the main thing is how the hybrid, quote-unquote, technology is delivered, right?
Okay.
This car is electric all the time. It does not have a transmission. You do not plug in this car. You have 900 kilometers of range with your fuel that you add to this car. And the only reason you have an engine in this car is to recharge a battery that drives the electric motors. So it's totally different in this space.
Hybrid, so it uses fuel and electric power at the same.
But you don't have to plug it in.
You
don't have to plug it in.
Wow.
No. So is Jamaica ready? Jamaica, are you ready for this car? Try, if you're just joining us, Troy Fallon, sales director of Fidelity Motors, he's telling us about the X-Trail, the Nissan X-Trail e-Power.
How can we book
A test drive.
we book a test drive?
A test drive.
All right, so
Okay,
we
book a test
encourage
drive.
you to call us at 948-5409 and talk to any of our sales reps. We have Andrew, Leon, myself, Troy. We also have David. We have Carla. We have Akeem. Call in any one of us.
Is there
Set
anything
up a test
special
drive.
this Easter?
No, there's something special this Easter, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So we do have a payment holiday that we're promoting currently on this particular car. So for the first 2 months, after you've organized with whichever bank is your favorite bank, we're going to pay the first 2 months for you.
Oh, nice.
And beyond that, it is on to you now to keep your car, of course, paid for with your bank. Hopefully you have good guarantors. I saw that.
Yeah, good guy. Yeah.
Right? So that would be what we're offering. We're also offering 5 years free service. By the way, once you get out of the service conditions with us, these cars are serviced every 10,000 kilometers as opposed to every 5,000 kilometers for an hour.
Listen.
So the running cost is supposed to be better once you have one car like this.
Listen, if when we return you don't see me, you know I'm on the road with this Nissan X-Trail
You shall
e-Power.
not leave me with these
5 year
Free service.
5 years free
Yes.
service.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm out. If you're still tuning, then you might just see
Be alone.
Miss
You can't do that.
Burgers.
You have a crabby with you.
Second day we're coming back right here inside Sunrise.
Jesus.
Nissan.
Look how the sun now raising up, and the crowd now waking up. The atmosphere have vibes, and nothing can break it up. The girl them a wine non-stop. We had the drinks them in a bike.